And we're back. Continue.
The notes come together, but feel flat, unable to create anything resembling music. And yet, there are ways to string them together to create harmony. Ways that are not always entirely...
This is Smirnoff. Smirnoff! I love Smirnoff.
You look tired, John.
I'm a cat. No, I will say you do as well.
You look pretty tired yourself.
Yep, I'm beat. I'm starving. Just got back from the annual police medical. Not only did I have to fast, but I also had to chug 2 enormous glasses of water. John, you alright?
I'll say I'm okay-ish.
I'm always all right.
Yep, that's the problem with us men. The thing is, I'd love to help you out with this case, but I can't. You know I work for the state of New York. If I had any information, I couldn't share it with a private eye. Even if it was lying on top of this table.
And then we were just told he drank a lot, so why don't we ask him to go visit the toilet?
You drank 2 huge glasses of water. How are your kidneys coping with that?
Yeah, you're right. Maybe I should go to the... If you'll excuse me.
Meanwhile, he leaves the file where I can see it. What a nice friend. After telling me he couldn't possibly leave it and give me the information. So we find out his case number, his medical team, his name, his sex, his marital status, which I would have assumed should be updated for his new, was going to get married to the woman. Species links, color dark brown, height, weight. Cause of death, violent asphyxia. Suicide. Violent asphyxia caused by rope around the neck. The neck presented 4 ring-shaped marks around the entire circumference, caused by said rope. For the external findings, and then internal findings. No internal autopsy was performed, as external evidence was sufficiently conclusive. And there's also more detail in the... about his right hand.
Interesting.
Ooh. So the subtitles had more info than the real text.
Now I feel even thinner. So do my kidneys.
Thanks.
Truth is, John, it all seemed clear to me before, but now...
But now my hands can go through tables.
Please, promise me you won't take the law into your own hands. I'd like to think we're not just vigilantes.
I don't know, I'm kinda gritty.
I'll try, but sometimes there's no alternative.
All right. In any case, keep me posted, will you?
That I can do, because then you can give me
Friend,
more information.
You can count on it.
Take care, John.
As always, Smirnoff had given me new, potentially relevant information.
See,
Not to
he's a
mention
good friend.
second thoughts. When an old dog like him gets that serious, one must be prepared to bite.
So we have new clues, and our new clues can lead to new conclusions. We know that we thought that it was fishy about his height, and I even said that I realized this before this. It was like one of the first things I did. Oh yeah, let's go show you why. So like, So you remember the opening sequence where we had the picture of them? How do we access that? We access our handy-dandy notebook. Because we're playing Blue's Clues. Don't Sonia Joe. Can we access the picture of him in the... No, we can't. Well, there was a picture of him and Bobby Yale, and it was very obvious that he's quite short. So I was like, if we're not tall enough to hang ourselves and he's short, then he's short and there's something fishy about his suicide. And there was also another clue that in the all the flashbacks of her remembering finding him hanging there, the cleaning lady, there was no stool. There was no stool on the gym ring at that time. Or else in another flashback. But there's definitely some flashback there that we have where I was also like, but there's no stool.
I'm much taller than Dunn, and I can barely reach the noose. There's no way Dunn hanged himself. Not on his own, at least.
Okay. And does that give us another clue? Does that let us work out something else? We also know that when he died, his knuckles were swollen. And someone threw a paint can in the trash.
All right. Dunn punched a paint can. But why? Wasn't he calm and composed?
Well, we know that he had been arguing with Bobby Yale because our good friend Jake Sitombe told us so. So Dunn punched it, and according to Jake, they had an argument. And they wanted to call off the fight. Ugh. He had an argument. He punched the paint can and he wasn't tall enough to hang himself? Or is it the footprints thing? Argument, punched paint can, footprints. Oh, we meant to conclude that maybe Yale did it. So they had an argument, he punched a paint can, and we know that Yale had the... No, we don't know enough for that yet. No, I give up. So we're going to try a different combination, namely that it had multiple net marks and there was a chest expander. And he wasn't tall enough to hang himself? Yeah. So he was choked to death with the chest expander.
Yale. I don't know if you had a motive to kill Dunn, but you certainly had the murder weapon.
Now can I work something out? Yes. And now we have a new clue, presumably. We have... Dunn was strangled with a chest expander. So... they had an argument. And then he was choked with his chest expander. Oh, come on, that should work. He wanted to call off the fight. They had an argument. He punched a paint can. Dunn wanted to call off the fight? Nope. Fight. Paint can. Is it that there's a paint stain? Okay. So you punch it and it makes a
Dunn
stain.
must have punched the can while he was arguing with Yale. I guess that explains why he threatened to call the fight off.
See, he even then mentions the fight thing. And now we have... Dunn wanted to call off the fight and was choked with a chest expander, which we already tried, didn't we?
Christ. Did Yale kill Dunn just because he wanted to call off the fight?
It's possible.
I always knew Bobby had issues. But I never thought he'd go that far.
It's still too early to say for sure, but it's a plausible.
I couldn't say. In my line of work, you really shouldn't jump to conclusions.
But the chest expander, the box in his locker, the marks on my father's neck. It all leads to him. In any case, that doesn't change a thing.
It does, actually. Now we know he didn't kill himself.
My father's still dead, and you still haven't found Bobby Yale. Nothing has changed. Opening the safe and finding my father's will won't help us achieve anything. So please hurry. Time's wasting.
Okay. Can we go somewhere else?
I'd prefer a yellow Cadillac, but I can't complain.
Nope, but we can try asking the diner lady if she remembers anything. And see if she's grumpy that I didn't keep her secret. Wow, an albino.
I know you're hiding something.
What?
I know about Joey.
You know what? You're the only woman who ever called Dunn Joey, except his late wife.
Ooh, echoes for no reason.
My goodness. I can't talk here. My shift is over in 10 minutes. Can you wait a while?
Of course.
Can I get a refill over here, Mary?
Coming right up.
Clocks. Thousands of clocks.
Mary Purnell, the angel Joe Dunn found in his golden years.
We'd been seeing each other for almost 2 years. It all started with... well... weekdays I start cleaning the gym at dawn. before my shift at the diner. Joey always came in early, just a little after I got there. He used to say it was the best time for the worst task of the day.
Oh, I know exactly what he meant.
Cleaning?
Did he help you clean?
No, poor Joey. I would never have allowed that. He did more than enough, would even clean on my days off. Paperwork. He just hated it. But that was just him. Instead of putting off the things he couldn't stand, he did them as soon as possible. One morning, he saw me crying. I was having a rough day and...
He tried to cheer you up.
He tried to make you smile.
He pointed at the coffee machine. You need a cup of joe and some fresh air. That was the first of many cups on the rooftop.
I don't think we need to say anything here. They don't have to seduce each other.
One day, we realized those rooftop coffees were the best part of our day. So we began to spend more time together.
But you never told anyone.
You should have told... Yeah, why keep it a secret?
Why did you keep it secret?
For Sonia's sake. She and Joey drifted apart after her mother's death. He was afraid that our relationship would only make matters worse. Until one day, on the rooftop, we realized just how serious our relationship was. And we decided to turn those moments into a lifetime.
He proposed? We are in the 40s and 50s sort of era.
So he asked you to marry him.
Yes, of course. He gave me the wedding ring and we decided to tell the world. He said he needed to share that happiness with his little girl. Turns out, he wasn't that happy after all.
Did you want Sonia to find out?
What about you? How did you feel about telling Sonia?
Maybe you already noticed, I have a slight cold. I really should be heading home.
Too much coffee and fresh air.
Too much coffee and fresh air?
Why? Why would you say that? I lost my scarf a while back, not sure where. And now, if you'll excuse me, that's my bus stop. A pleasure to speak with you, Mr. Blacksad.
But...
So she lost her scarf and they were gonna get married.
Sonia's indifference never ceased to amaze me. But most importantly, why was she so opposed to Yale?
John Blacksad? I think I owe you an apology.
She's jealous that the dad was paying so much attention to the son rather than her is my feeling. Who even are you? No, we recognize him, so apology accepted.
Apology accepted. But what exactly are you apologizing for?
Listen, I don't think my fellow workers treated you with the respect you deserve. I'm so sorry they wrinkled your suit. The thing is, they didn't know we shared a common goal. Bobby Yale. I want to find him and get to the bottom of this as much as you do, Mr. Blacksad.
He's trying to
So
threaten us again.
please, kindly accept my invitation. Why not share our findings? Come on.
We are basically forced to if there's a person holding a gun, aren't we?
Of course. You don't mind me riding in this fancy car with a wrinkled suit, do you?
Aw, I think you look mighty dapper, Mr. Blacksad. Although, if those wrinkles were to rub off on me... I always play it nice and safe.
So basically, we have a go at him for letting us get beaten up, and he's like, yeah, that's fair. As long as you don't try and beat me up in return. You can have your verbal scorecard increased by 1 if it means you don't beat me up. Oh, but we've hit. Come on, let me press start.
Thank you, Blacksad.
There we go. But we've hit time to end the episode, so peace!